Come here. 1 jump, 2 jump, 3 jump. Hey.
Okay, let me see if I can try to get my. See if I can get my guests in here for today, man. I'm having a long day. I'm in transition, finalizing my move, man. I'm excited about this guest today. Is it not letting me invite him in here? Yo, thanks for tuning in, man. I got my guy Richard on today. As soon as I can get him in here. As soon as I can get him in here, man, we're gonna get Richard to tell y'all probably an amazing bomb story. He's opened up for some amazing people like Hannibal Burst. Man, you listen, man, you name it, Richard probably done it. He been in the game for a minute. Trying to see why I won't let him in here. I just talked to him on the phone, so I know he. So I'm inviting him in. I don't know what's going on. I am extremely on some other type time today. It says Richard is unable to join. Why is it? I see it do that sometime. It do that sometime. I got to keep inviting the brother until let him join. And that's just something with IG. That ain't, you know what I'm saying? Oh, there he is. There he is. The man himself.
Here I is.
Hey, okay, let me run this intro and then we're going to jump right into this.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you just fine, man. You are perfect. It is exactly how it needs to be right now going down. Okay. Hey, I'm your host, So I Bombed, the IG podcast. Your host, D So Funny in the building. Today, man, y'all already know why I do this podcast. I do this podcast because for some reason people think stand-up comedy is easy. I've heard jokes so far as, oh, I started doing stand-up so I don't have to work as hard. And that's crazy to me because stand-up is one of the hardest jobs I've ever done. And I also crack people. So, just to let you know, like I've had some tough jobs, I've had some tough jobs, you know what I'm saying? I worked with a Jamaican once. You know what? Never mind. That's off the subject. That ain't got nothing to do with it. But what I'm saying is, people think what we do is easy. So many times I've asked people, "Hey, would you like to come out to a comedy show?" And they say something crazy like, "I'm funny. I should be a comedian. I could tell jokes," and they probably could. But for some reason, when I invite them out to the open mic, they never seem to make it. So I came up with this show to let you guys know that comedy is not about the times that it's good and it goes easy on stage that makes a comedian. What makes a comedian is about the times it goes bad on stage, and sometimes it goes horribly, horribly wrong. This is exactly what we want to do with our lives, because if it wasn't, some of the stories that you'll hear on this show and hear if you know a real comedian are crazy, man. Listen, we have some really, really wild stories about getting on stage, staying on stage. Shoot, you name it. You name it. Lawrence's story was good. Every story I've had so far, these bomb stories have been amazing. So, with that being said, our guest today is none other than one of the funniest in Memphis, Tennessee, right now. Really just one of the funniest guys out. You know what I'm saying? In my personal opinion, Richard Douglas, man. Y'all make some noise for Richard one time. Hey,
Hello, everybody. Hello,
hey,
hello,
what's going
hello,
on?
hello, hello.
What's going on, Richard? Hey, the way this works, we don't just throw you right into a bomb story. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna ask you a couple of questions. First
Okay.
question is really easy question, simple question. How many years you been doing stand up?
17 years, I think. Sounds about
Oh,
right.
let's go 17. Let's go 17 straight, or was it like you took a
hmm
break and came back, or you
No,
just been straight
straight
through?
through, straight through.
All right, I love that. First time touching the mic, and you said I'm doing this with my life. All right, I like it. Uh, Let me ask you this, because I like to ask comics this just to fill them out. What is your take on comics who steal jokes?
It's a cardinal sin. You don't steal jokes.
You do not steal jokes. You know
If
what I'm
you're gonna
saying?
steal the joke, you better repackage it and make it so that nobody understands that you stole the joke. But if you're stealing the joke word for word, yeah, no, that's a no go.
Okay, this is my question. Do If you catch somebody stealing one of your jokes, do you confront them?
It's never happened, but yes, I absolutely would confront somebody for stealing one of my jokes.
Well, I don't think nobody can steal a Richard Douglas Jones joke, though. No, no offense, bro. Your
No,
jokes are kind of your own. Because if I seen somebody did Dragon Balls, nigga, I'll be like, oh, that's Richard joke all day. If you've never seen that joke, you gotta go see him live and scream, "Do Dragon Balls!" He loves that. He loves that at his shows. He loves when people just scream out random shit. Okay, okay, okay. Yeah, man. Richard do this joke called Dragon Balls, man. If y'all have never seen that joke, it is hilarious. And the joke is not what you would think that it's about. Like the joke is, it's the ultimate misdirection. It's the
yeah,
ultimate.
I don't. Yeah, I don't know what's going on. My mic. I'm using my microphone, but my iPad keeps going back and forth to my AirPods, so I'll keep them close. And if it does it again,
Okay, okay, okay. Uh, where's we at? We did. How long you been in? 17 years. We did.
hmm
Stealing jokes, cardinal sin. You'll confront somebody if they steal your jokes.
absolutely, I might whoop their ass.
What do you feel the worst thing to get your joke stolen on though? Because I'm going through something right here out here in Atlanta right now, and you know.
I mean, you steal my shit and do it at an open mic is one thing, but you steal my shit and do it on TV, yeah, no, that's the next time I see you, we gotta have a conversation.
Okay, and if you're not from Memphis and you don't know, a conversation is code for whoop your ass. That's what a conversation is code for. If you're not familiar with the hood vernacular, when I see you, we need to have a
We gotta
conversation.
have a
It's
conversation.
code for I'm gonna whoop your ass. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna have to stop me from whooping your ass. That's what that means. That's what that means. Okay, so you've been doing this 17 years. What has been your favorite or the best gig so far with 17 years? Like what, and it don't have to be a big gig. It could have been something small, intimate. Just out of 17 years, you like, that was the gig. That was the one right there. If all of them could be like that one.
Um, I mean, in terms of scale, I did a show with Patton Oswalt in Houston, Texas, in a small
Come on,
theater.
Patton Oswalt.
It was about 2,000 people, and it was the first time I'd done. It was one of the second or third shows I'd done with him, but it was the biggest crowd I'd ever done, just period.
Okay.
And it was just that first time that you don't realize when you're doing like big theaters and stuff like that, just because of the nature of how sound travels, laughter kind of comes in waves. You know what I mean? You feel the laughter, you send the joke out and then the laughs come, like it's a physical kind of thing, and I had never really
Okay.
experienced that before. So that one is definitely memorable. Obviously, when I was on Comedy Central, that was, very memorable. And then, like, again, that's just in term of scale. And as far as quality, one of my favorite shows is there was a short-lived open mic here in Memphis at a yarn store, and
I hope you
it
might
was
get a
just
yarn store crazy.
yeah, it's just a bunch of old ladies who used to sit around and knit and drink vodka. And one of the comics had the bright idea. They were just like, "Yo, let's do an open mic," and it was great. And so I just spent my entire set making knitter puns. I was like, "My knitters, what's up, knitter, please?" Just the whole y'all knitters are crazy.
I
Just
know they love it. I
oh,
know
they
them
loved
ladies.
it. They loved
Yes.
it. It was a fun time. But and again, that was a relatively small crowd. It was like 10 people at the most, but it was just a fun show because it was the location was so unexpected, so I could just jump in and just like, "What's up, my knitters?"
Okay. So with that being said, that leads me to my next question, man, which is a great question. Small or big crowd? Which one do you prefer?
Mm, whichever one is paying me the most.
I,
I don't have a preference. Look, if the price is
come
right,
on,
I'll tell.
man.
Look,
Listen,
hey,
listen.
if the price is right, I'll tell jokes at a clean rally. Fuck what you heard.
I, I'm not finna play with this dude. I'm not. Richard, this is what I'm saying. You gotta make Richard be at that. Listen, those are beautiful sheets. What day is laundry day?
Look, hey, what kind of starch do you use to get the pointy heads so pointy? Because they don't fall. They
What you
never
say
fall.
is that?
You just get them
Listen,
standing straight. They don't move. What are you? That's not regular faultless. Y'all got to use some kind of special heavy starch. I don't know.
let's say that's definitely stay flow without water on it. I think that's
Right.
stay flow
Look,
without the
here's
water.
the irony. The irony is they probably get Asians to do it for them. That's
I'm not finna.
the irony.
That is great racism joking right there. That's a
No,
great
but
racism joke.
I honestly don't care about crowd sizes. Large
You
crowds are
you
great.
you don't at all. Like after 17 years, it doesn't matter, small or big. You don't care at
No,
all. You
I
don't have
mean,
a preference.
of course, you want the big crowds because usually the bigger crowds means more
More
money.
money.
But
Yeah.
like all things being equal and even, I don't care.
Yeah, I don't know. Me, I'm kind of leaning toward. I guess because I'm not big and I don't do like. I love an intimate crowd though. Like 50, 60 people. It seems like that's where I'm at. Like that little 50, 60 people crowd. Man, listen, it's this tight. They intimate. They right there up on you because it's like
Sure.
it's crazy because you'll get a club and the club will see 200 and you only have 60 people come out and that's sit them all over the room. Sit them
Yeah.
people together right here in front of me. Quit playing with me. It ain't enough people to sit all over this room. The room not packed. Sit these folks
Right.
together. You know
If
what I'm saying?
all 10 of y'all don't sit your ass right up front,
Make it make sense. Make it
look,
make sense.
don't let the mic cord be long enough because I will go out
Yeah.
into the audience. I'll go out to the audience, sit at the table right in front of them, and be like, "What y'all want to talk about?"
Listen, I think in this day and age you have to be more in your face comedy. With that being said, man, I gotta ask you this, and then like this one ain't even about the show. I think this one for me. How do you come up with your material, man? Some of the because I was talking about that Dragon Ball joke. I used getting your audio together. Some of your material, man, is so over the top and far left that you got to be a comedy lover, man, because it's going to hurt you. It's going to hurt you to be so funny, man. Because that Dragon Ball joke, the first time you did that shit, I was like, wait, what? Like it was, I'm laughing, thinking in my mind, wait, what? Like, so, what's your inspiration? What inspires you to write jokes and to come up with material and to go the way that you go with your comedy, your style of comedy?
I really honestly don't really have any like inspiration. My writing process is very organic.
Okay.
I watch the news. I watch people. I listen to people. I've been doing it a little too much lately, but I'll doom scroll YouTube and see what's on the minds of the streets, and
Okay.
just kind of do it that way. Yeah, and as an idea hits, in some cases, it's just what is the formula? It's problem problem or random scenario, right? And then a ridiculous solution or something like that, and then kind of a normal kind of conclusion where you land the plane. Either that or in that last moment after you've given that ridiculous example, then you kind of step it up and go even further with it. It just, yeah, I don't, mine is a very, very organic writing process. I really kind of wish I could be more structured, but no, I just wait for inspiration to strike and just kind of go from there.
Yeah. Oh, just your joke topics and your structures, man. I gotta say, you have one of the most original joke topics and structures that I've ever seen. Like
Oh, well,
I've
thank
never
you.
heard somebody with the type of topics that you come up with, and I just always wondered that. So it's organic. Okay, so it's just a man of Richard, basically. All right, that now it's really strange. It's really
Yeah,
strange now.
I'm a weirdo first and
It's,
foremost, man.
I
I
because
don't claim to be anything else.
listen, man, y'all got to go. I hate I ain't got a clip of that Dragon Ball joke. Because, boy, listen, it would be on her if I had it. That motherfucker there is hilariously funny. All right. With that being said, man, this is So I Bond, man. On this show, man, we want you to tell a bomb story, man. That's the time that it didn't go good on stage. Now, it doesn't have to be anything that makes you feel bad or humiliates you. Just a story that to make people think, because I know you as a comic, you've had it happen. Hey, you should come
Sure.
to a show. Oh, I'm funny. I should be a comedian.
Oh yeah, that's happened multiple times over the years. I've had plenty of friends of mine that say, "I mean, you make it look so easy. You let me." I'm like, "All right, well, get up and try." And they just, "Well, I've been thinking about doing this and that." And I'm like, "Get up and do it." He's like, "No, but I've been working on this," and I was like, "That's great. Get up and do it." But bombing stories. Ooh. I've never, knock on wood, I've never been like booed off stage or anything like that.
Because I didn't have one
Um,
on her.
yeah, all of my bombing situations are just because booing I would welcome. I like booing. At least with booing you're paying attention. But no, all of my bombing stories have been like complete silence. Uh, uh
Rich,
let me see.
your material is so good, I can't imagine a complete silence. You gonna listen, Dragon Ball get a reaction out of the silence the cries, I'm sure.
Look, man, everything ain't for everybody. I'll stand in a room full of white conservatives and talk about having wanting a white slave. I'll do it. And and don't care because I know it
Why do Memphis
because I know
comics
when
do
I'm
that,
done the
man?
joke is gonna pay off. So I'll look. I will sit through that being uncomfortable because I know the payoff is coming and I know the payoff is gonna be hilarious. They don't know it, but I know. But bombing. Let me see. Okay, so for a long time there was a comedy club in Tunica, Mississippi, right
Yeah.
at the Harris Casino. It was a Funny Bone. It's part of the chain. And for a long time, for about 4 years, I was a house MC down there, right? So
Okay.
you talk about one of those 200 seaters, but it was mostly empty. And we would do shows like Wednesday, not even Tuesday. We'd do shows Wednesday through Saturday. And
Okay.
the booker was like the booker, the owner, whatever, booker, owner, whatever, he was like, yo, 10 people in this show. I said, what? He said, 10 people and it's a show. And so he would make the comics like it was the club was on the second floor of the casino, and so he would make us go down to the game floor and flyer and get people out. And so this one particular night, I get up and I'm doing my thing, and I'm in Mississippi, so I'm making jokes about Mississippi, and there's this huge fucking ZZ Hill looking ass nigga with the perm, and like this nigga looked like he was sure enough cheating in the next room. You understand? He he just burly ass nigga, and he was like, "Man, I live in Mississippi. That shit ain't funny." And I was like, "Yo, secure," and he would not shut up. And at that point, I just lost the room, and just basically just like I said, I got down in the audience and started, and then I got my ass back up on stage, and like I tried to go to another table and try to talk to them, and they were not having it. Like it was some lesbian couple, and the butch lesbian was trying to be funnier than me and tried to cut, and I was like, okay. It was maybe 12 people in the room. Maybe.
Wow. Do you feel like it would like which one? Bomb on a small crowd or a big crowd? Which one is because that's a lot of interaction from a small crowd.
Bombing on a small crowd is terrible. It is terrible because it's just y'all. You know, you're trying to build that rapport and establish that link of intimacy, and they're instead of going along for the ride, they're like, nah. Because like in those instances, it's a casino, so the deck is already stacked against me. One, it's a Tuesday or a Wednesday night, and these people are either just too drunk and or tired to go home, or they mad because they lost all their money and they can't afford to go home, and
Boy,
so they upstairs listening to my dumb ass talking about Dragon Balls and whatever the hell I was talking about back then, and they're just like, nah, bro, I'm good.
they just wasn't having it.
Nope.
Do you feel like certain things happened to cause to set up the bomb? Was it the atmosphere of the room? Was it just that guy talking through the whole thing off, or was it just sometimes we just bomb? I mean, sometimes it was just gonna be a bad set. It just was what it was.
Everything ain't for everybody, man. Is the long and the short of it. But no, I'm personally believe it is never the audience's fault.
Come on, see that's 17-year comic. See,
Yeah.
newer comics will say that the audience, and
No,
I'm
the
don't get me
audience was
wrong.
this, so they just didn't get it. I guess I'm just too edgy, or they're too liberal. That's all
Your job,
bullshit.
listen, this is what an old school comic. You knew radio, didn't you? Didn't you meet radio?
Oh yeah, of course I knew
Okay,
radio.
so you know radio. Radio told me one time I was at Cajuns. I'll never forget. It was on Monday. Ron used to do Cajuns. I was at Cajuns on Monday, and I had a rough one. And I come off stage, and I'm standing out there, and I'm standing by the bar, and I'm talking to radio. And matter of fact, I'm lying. It wasn't me. It was this white girl that used to do comedy. Her name was. It was something. She was kind of heavy. I remember her, but I can't remember her name. I'm gonna remember it later. Well, anyway, she came off stage. She had a rough set. It was her who had a rough set that night. She came off stage and she was just going about the audience. Oh, it's the audience. They did this. They did that. They went do do do. So when she walked off, radio was like, "Yeah, yeah, that's right. Blame the audience. You know, your old school comedy. Blame the audience. It's the audience fault that they
Right, it's the audience's fault.
or
Yeah,
is it your fault that you didn't make them laugh?" He said, "D, you a new comic, man. Don't never let me catch you doing that, man." He said, "Them people did what they supposed to do. They showed up.
they showed up and they were ready
That
to
was their
laugh,
whole
and
job.
they
They are,
paid
yeah."
their 2 item minimum, and they bought their little drinks, and then they sitting there. They did what they're supposed to do. Absolutely.
He
Again,
said, "It's your job to make them laugh. Now, some days your job is easy, some days your job is hard, but it's still your job.
was
Never
it
blame the audience."
Dave Chappelle said, "I'm like Evil Knievel. I get paid for the attempt."
That's dope. That's dope right there. Because I ain't gonna even lie. Radio is the one who taught me, man. When you at a paid gig and you bomb, just collect your money and leave. Don't go over there and say nothing about the bomb. He like, hey, hey, hey. Like, nigga, you don't say nothing about it now. You
I
just go
get
over there and get your money.
paid for
He's like,
the
especially if they don't say
attempt.
nothing. He said, especially if they don't say nothing. But I like that. I'm keeping that. I'm like Evil Knievel. I get paid for the attempt. Because the Evil Knievel did miss a lot of jumps.
He missed most of his jumps.
He missed a lot of jumps. He missed a lot of jumps. That motorcycle hit the ground a lot. That with
A
him on
lot.
it, a lot.
Surprisingly bouncy.
He was a very bouncy brother. He was, I mean, white guy. He would hit that ground and tumble like that.
Gunk, gunk, gunk.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Matter of fact, Evil Knievel is the reason why we had Super Dave Osborne. Super Dave was a spoof of Evil Knievel. A lot of people didn't know that. Did you know that?
I
Well, of course
did.
you knew that. Of course you knew that. You're a comic coach. All right. So you bomb. It's after the bomb. What are your feelings after the bomb? You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of people don't understand that it's not just the bomb; it's the after effects for the bomb for a comedian.
Sure.
Like. Not only do we go through it going bad on stage and whatever happened, it's the aftermath of the bomb.
Right. Well, my background is in theater, so I've been performing since I was a little kid. But by the time I got to like college, I had professors that put stuff in place for me to kind of, I beat myself up for about 30 minutes and then I just kind of let it go.
Okay.
And most of the time that works. But when the bomb really hurts, then it you got to it takes you. So there have been some times where I haven't done, not even just bomb, just haven't done well, and it took me a good 2 weeks to shake it off. You go home and you're rethinking your whole life and just like, oh, what have I done with all these years? And I could have been a goddamn plumber, and my maybe the ex-girlfriend was right. Maybe I ain't never gonna be shit. And it's just what is the Kanye line? It's like, damn, I was having nervous breakdowns. Like, damn, these niggas that much better than me. Like
Come on.
that's a regular. Like that's to me that the first time I heard that I was like, that's gospel right there.
Yeah. 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 But I think sometimes that unassuredness, man. I think that's what makes us comedians, man. Like that's what makes us know we love it. For me, I can't
Oh,
speak for everybody else, but
oh yeah, we're
I'm
all
not trying.
tough.
I'm never
Yeah,
trying to bomb. Let me clarify what I'm going to say. That's why I looked to my head because I wanted to make sure I thought before I said this. I'm never trying to bomb, but I do
really?
understand that it's part of the process.
You've
No,
never
no, no,
like
no.
you've never done that on purpose. You never been like, you know what, fuck it. I just because I've
Listen,
done that.
listen.
But
Now
I've
I
done that
have
before.
had
I've
some.
gone to open mics and been like, you know what, I just need to get the rep in. So let me get up here and just
Yeah,
bullshit
but
and
do
do
that really
whatever.
count as a bomb if I'm not trying? To me, it's only a bomb if I'm up here and I'm trying to make these people laugh. But
Okay.
sometimes I just need to get the material out. I wrote the material. I've been going over it at home. I need to say this in front of some people. This may
No,
not
I
go well.
mean, I mean, like you don't have any material. Like you've got to get up just because you need to get up. You know what I'm saying, to get that practice in. And it's just like I don't have a plan. I don't have anything new. I don't have anything that I want to talk about. This crowd has been super dull because the last 5 people that have gone ahead of me have all sucked ass. So
Ah,
let me
that's an
get up
open
in
mic there.
here. Yeah, that's the open mic. It's just like, let
That's
me get
open
in
mic
here,
there.
get this rep in so I can go home.
That's open mic right there. Okay. So before we get you out of here, we're just gonna jump into the second half of the interview, man. Thank you for sharing your bomb story. It was at a casino. I didn't even think you could bomb at a casino. You know what I'm saying? I always figured the people didn't give a damn because they was there gambling anyway. So they
No, again, they gamble downstairs. If they're in the comedy club, they're in the comedy club because they have run out of money and they trying to figure out how to get home.
because the comedy show usually complimentary, ain't it? Was the show free? Was it complimentary, or they had to pay for a ticket?
Say that again.
Was the show free or was it complimentary? Did they have to pay for a ticket?
It was free. Yeah, we had, like I said, we had to flyer the game floor to get people to come in. So like,
Okay,
yeah, so
okay,
yeah.
okay. So like, I don't know because I've had some good experiences in the casino and I've had some bad ones, man. There was this spot in Miami, Oklahoma.
Oh
And
yeah, I'm familiar. I've been
uh,
there.
oh, you've been well, you know, because it was upstairs and it looked.
Yeah, I was there the night of the Mike Tyson Jake Paul fight. So
What? Okay,
yeah,
okay. Was it a good night that night? Was it?
no,
Uh,
because it was the night of the Mike Tyson Jake Paul fight.
why do I talk to Rich? Why do I do that? I set myself up for that. This nigga's crazy. Set me
Look,
down.
the stage was here, right? So I'm out looking into the audience. You know what's in front of me is all the TV showing the damn fight. So nobody on the show floor is paying attention to me at all. I'm looking at everybody's back because they're all watching the fucking Mike Tyson fight.
Hey, that has got to be a weird time to tell jokes. But see, to me, something like that, it don't even count. It don't even count. It don't even that don't count. They can't count as a bomb. That's like a bar show. That's like a bar show. It can't even count. It can't. It cannot count. You know what I'm saying?
Look, I can't count that money, nigga. That's what shit.
I would I mean, no, I mean, as far as in your career, of course, get your bread.
No,
Get your
I'm
money
saying
on now.
that was one of those nights where I was just like, you know what? I get paid for the attempt.
Yeah, let me just get through the
you
time.
get this money and go home.
So out of 17 years, does it ever get like that where it's just, it's no passion or no feeling in the performance? It's just, I'm just going through the motions. Does it get like that at 17 years in?
It gets like that at open mics for sure, but
Oh, okay. Yeah, open mic.
performances, no.
Okay, never performances, just open
No.
mics.
No. Any, especially paid performances, like no. I'm always going to make sure to put my best foot forward.
Okay. What advice would you give any comic, not a new comic, any comic about bombing? Just something that you feel that you want to put out there about bombing that every comic should know, whether it be what causes a bomb, something about a bomb. Talk to me.
It's inevitable.
It's inevitable.
It's going to happen. Hopefully it happens sooner than later. But yeah, it's gonna happen. If you do stand up, you're going to bomb. It's inevitable. If you're not wanting to do stand up because you're afraid of bombing, don't do stand up. It's inevitable.
Okay. So I'm gonna ask you this since you said it's inevitable. What would you say to a comic who tells you I've never bombed? Because I've had some people on this is a reboot of this show. I've had some people on the original version of this show and they were like, I've never bombed. I've never bombed.
They're lying. They're either lying about it or they're lying to themselves and they don't understand that they're not as good as they think they are.
Okay. What's the worst case of delusion you ever seen? You ain't got to say the comic name, but what's the
I
worst case of
all
delusion you ever seen?
we're all delusional. All of us are delusional in our own crazy way. So
Okay.
I would never pick one, but yeah, they're all delusional. You go, any random open mic on a Tuesday, you see somebody get up and eat shit and they get off the stage and sit there and pop their collar, or you look at their social media and they're like, I just fucking crushed it. And then it's just like, no, you didn't. And then those are usually the first people that want to jump off and tell somebody some advice. And it's just like, what can you tell me? What advice can you give me? Except
Well,
for
listen, I
how
learned
to
this when I
not suck. Like, what you tell me what not to do. That's about it.
listen. I learned this when I first started doing comedy. When you kill, you don't have to tell nobody; they will tell you. A real kill, you will know it. Like you'll get a standing ovation. You know what I'm saying? Like when you really killed. So if I have to get online and say, "Oh, I just killed him in Memphis," I don't have to say. I don't want to say that I killed him. Guess what I want? I want somebody else to say that I killed him.
Sure.
I don't want to say I killed him. I want
Yeah.
somebody else to be like, "Hey man, that boy D killed him tonight. Oh, he was so funny." All right,
Yeah.
I'm gonna ask this
It's
because
like you can't give yourself a nickname. You know, like that kind of thing. Yeah.
yeah. No. It never need to be that type of thing. Because my name is so horrible. I really, it's a lot behind it, but I won't even get into that. But I do want to ask you this because I got you here, man, and I'm gonna ask this question. I promised myself that I wasn't gonna ask this question, but I gotta ask. I gotta know. I just want to know, and I don't even know if this is for the show or if it's for somebody else or if it's just for me. 17 years, man. 17 years. What's your favorite joke you tell? Your favorite joke, not the crowd. Like it can be the favorite joke, like as far as the crowd reaction, or just the joke you enjoy telling the most. What's your favorite joke?
I don't even I don't even tell this joke anymore. I stopped telling the joke probably year 2 or so, and it was this joke I used to do where I made fun of the old National Geographic animal shows, and instead of talking about animals, I talked about black people, and I love the joke so much because it was so theatrical, and I was able to do a whole different range as far as like vocal inflections and stuff like that. And I really love that joke. And the thing is, I loved it so much that there was like a personal attachment to it. Like, some of those jokes when they don't, there's some jokes that when they don't hit, you're like, okay, whatever, it didn't hit. But then there's a joke that doesn't hit, and it wrenches your soul.
Yeah,
And
you like, how y'all not
you're just
like
like,
that?
why can you, I'm, how, this is fuck, you all are it. How?
Yeah, you like, if y'all don't like this, y'all don't like nothing. Y'all not gonna like
Right.
nothing.
You all don't like anything. You don't like fun, puppies, Coca-Cola, nothing.
Nothing. I've
Bastards.
been there, man. I just what is what has been your favorite thing about the social media comics?
My favorite thing is watching them eat shit. That's my favorite thing
Hey, come on, Richard.
about social media comics is watching them eat shit and understanding in real time that there's a huge difference between your little 2-minute sketch on Instagram and versus getting up in front of 300 people and trying to make them laugh.
Hey, it don't even be that for me. My thing is you got 1 million followers on TikTok, you got 500,000 on IG, you got you maxed out on Facebook, you get 1 million likes, 1 million shares, you get all this. Can't put 30 butts in a seat.
Again, like you, Instacomics, I just watching them in real time get humbled
I mean,
is
I ain't
is,
gonna even
is,
lie. I've
is a
seen
good
so
time.
many people grow, man. Like seeing their first time to now. Like, I look at Mojo. I seen him when he first came out the gate. Wayne. I seen Wayne when he first came out the gate. Desi. I seen Desi when he first came out the bank, out the gate. I seen a couple of these guys when they first came out the gate, and I'm proud that they still going because some of them bombs they was taking. Whoa,
Well, yeah, with Mojo and Wayne in particular, especially Wayne. Wayne,
Wayne, listen.
yeah, everybody, anybody that's like a fan of comedy and knows Wayne, because yeah, Wayne was one of the first black Insta comics. Like he was one of the first ones, and so yeah, it was a hard lesson for him, but Wayne took it on the chin and was
Yeah,
like,
he
"Yo, this is a completely different monster. This is a completely different thing that I gotta learn." And he took the time to figure out and
learned the
respect the
craft.
craft. Yeah.
Yeah, learn the craft. And this is what I do respect about that is having to learn the craft from that side of it had to be extremely hard because these people are expecting more from you. You know what
Sure.
I'm saying? When
Yeah.
you're an open micer, you're learning craft, you're kind of going through it. But when you're thrust into, I came out the gate a headliner. I came out the gate
Right.
with
Yeah.
all these
Yeah. Your
serious
first show.
students.
Yeah. Your first
And
show, you headlining, and they expect you to do half an hour, and you've never done 5 minutes, much
yeah,
less 10. Yeah.
listen, I've seen some social media guys actually get to the show, and it's a bunch of people there to see him, and they say, "I can't do this. I'm scared. I can't go out." I won't say his name, but I was like, "I can't go out in front of those people and perform."
Well, yeah. Well, the problem is in a lot of those instances, people are gassing their head up and they're making and they're formatting the show improperly. If you are an Insta comic and you are getting put on a show, your best bet is to do what Nephew Tommy does, and that is you host the show up top, do a little bit of time in between time, and you bring up people that are funnier than you to carry the show.
And I gave somebody that game the other day. I said, "I don't understand, man. I would if I had that following like that, I wouldn't even try to get 30 minutes to an hour.
For
I
what?
would get these people to come out, have some funny comments on my show,
Sell
come
some
back at
merch,
the
keep it
end, do a
moving.
little bit more time, get him some. I gave somebody that game the other day. Matter of fact, we was at the Atlanta Comedy Theater, man. Like, it's no way I would try to. But then I look at guys like that I really respect, like Shula. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
Who was already a stand up. T Murph, who was all these guys were already stand ups, and then they went viral, and then on top of their viralness, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
They were able to wrap back into their comedy. So that's it coming full circle. But yeah, man, like these social media, the Insta comics as you call them, the Insta comics, and it's so funny to watch somebody fall ass backwards into your dream. I think that is
Yeah,
the that is the hardest part about it. I mean, I can't hate because their path is their path. But when you look at
right.
somebody
Gang,
like
yeah,
Gang
you
or
know.
Mojo, who never wanted to be comics, who never wanted to make people laugh, who never wanted to, like, this wasn't their dream. It's like,
Yeah,
I kind of just fell into your dream, nigga. Man,
right.
I'm
Now my
enjoying it.
sister won't stop talking about damn Mojo. I'm just like, I do this shit too, right? It's like, yeah, but you're not Mojo Brooks. He's hilarious. I'm like, you know what? You have been in the 17 years that I've been doing this, you've been to maybe 2 shows. So you have no idea how funny I am.
And
But
then the
whatever,
whole
you
hang up
enjoy
with
your little Mojo. Okay.
listen, and then the whole hang up with Mojo is, man, my whole hang up with him is, man, just like I've had the chance to open for him in Wichita, and it's just like I ain't gonna get into it. I'm gonna just say the universe don't care who it bless, boy. It don't. It does not. I'm not gonna take that no further than that, man. But I feel like if you are blessed in this business for people to come out and see you, then you should appreciate every last one of them, man.
Absolutely.
You should appreciate every last one of them, man. And I'm not gonna get on her and actually just go into the story with me and you on the phone later. If we talk personally, I'll give you the meat and potatoes of it. But
You'll spill the tea, as the kids say.
yeah. And the tea is hot too. It's hot. Like the dude is a listen, man. That persona he put on. I listen. I'm gonna say this. There's something to be said about the grind of it all, of going from being an open micer to a host to a feature to
Yeah,
now
because
a
it
headliner. Heads are lining up to come see me.
sure
There's a
you
reason. There's
appreciate
a
you.
process there.
Yeah, you appreciate the grind. You appreciate the
There's a
steps. You
reason.
appreciate the
And I
levels.
think not having to go through that process is kind of like a little kid getting everything that they want.
That's
You know,
exactly what it is.
so because when you get where you're going, now you have no appreciation for the grind of it all.
Right. You're like
You know what I'm saying?
2000 sold out again. My life is so hard.
Listen, man. Oh, I wish I would have knew that. I would have did the whole show by myself. So you gonna do an hour and a half by yourself?
Okay.
But you're making them. You can pay the opening. Okay, 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 okay. I just it's one of those situations where sooner or later you and this guy's gonna be in the same room again. And I ain't even gonna lie. Since then, his star has taken off so far, and it's just like I cannot believe, like,
Really? You can't believe we live in a world where people fail upwards all the time.
but
Some
well,
people
my
fall.
whole thing is
Some people fail so
I real
hard.
deal felt, the person. The person that you are usually comes through by now. You know what I'm saying? Like somebody
Mhm.
peep it or say something or do something, but yet and still, hey, I sit in my spot and wait for my time. That's what I
There
do.
you go.
I sit in my spot and wait for my time. My path is not your path is not mine. So a lot of times when cats be like, "Oh, we in competition," how can we be in competition when we have different ideas and different goals? You
Not to
don't know what my
mention,
goal is, so we can't be in
yeah,
competition.
I'm not in competition with you. You have no idea who my peers are. You have no idea who I
I
measure
mean, well,
myself
my
up
thing
against.
is, I can't be in competition with Richard because I don't know Richard's goal. Richard's goal may be, hey, I just want to get to Comedy Central and I want to host me a show on Comedy Central. Well, if that's not my goal, then me and Richard can't be in the same, we can't be competing because I don't have the same. And it's just so weird to me though, man, because this internet loves who it loves. I've seen people go viral multiple times and still don't have a comedy career. Still don't have a comedy career. I watch people go viral that I don't understand why this went viral. Like it could be the simplest clip,
Sure.
smallest clip, slippest clip, something you never thought would go viral. T Murph told me out of his own mouth. He said, I made a video about the kids putting the hoodies on in the summer and pulling them tight and went to sleep. He said, I woke up the next morning and I was ultra viral. He said it had went Ultra. So we really don't know, man. We really don't know.
Yeah, well, not only that, but you got to remember somebody like T Murph. By the time that happened, he had already had a following anyway. T Murph had been
Yeah,
on
yeah, yeah,
TV
yeah,
and
yeah, 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 yeah. Mark was already up because he had a TV show going into
had
the
a TV
pandemic.
show Woke on Hulu. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, going into the pandemic. Going into the pandemic. I remember that. I do. I do. Okay. A couple more questions. I'm gonna get you out of here, Richard.
All right.
First and foremost, man, I gotta know who's your favorite comic of all time, man. Who inspires you to do comedy?
You want just one, or you want like a Mount Rushmore?
You can give me your top guy and why.
Richard Pryor.
Okay.
Richard Pryor is the top guy because his influence is undeniable. His influence is still felt today.
Okay.
Just some of the stuff that he did in comedy, he was one of the first people to do it, and people still kind of take and use his formulas today. If you've ever heard a black comic say, "Well, white people do this, but black people do this," that was Richard Pryor. He's the first one to do it, and
What?
comics still use that formula to this day. That was Richard Pryor. He was able, the old formula is tragedy plus time equals comedy. He was able to take his own fucked up childhood growing up in a brothel and figuring out how to make that funny. He was able to do just a lot of different things. Just the fact that he was just kind of allowed to be silly and you do the different voices and do impressions of people that he knew, or just Mudbone alone. He
Come
could
on.
do, you know what I'm saying? He could do a half hour just as Mudbone and not even do Richard Pryor bits. And so the fact that he was able to come with that versatility and create those formulas again that are still used to this day.
Exactly.
So yeah, I would be hard pressed to say anybody was a bigger influence on me than
Okay.
Richard Pryor.
Okay. I like that. That's a great answer because my guy all time favorite is Flip Wilson.
Okay.
If you know anything about Flip,
Oh
Flip
yes,
gave
Geraldine.
yeah, yeah, come on. Listen,
Christopher
I
Columbus
won't
gonna
say the social
discover
media.
America, honey. What you say?
Listen, I won't say but I met a social media influencer. He was at a comedy show in Pine Bluff, and he was the headliner. And I was talking to him, and he had a female persona that was really big. And I asked him, I said, "Do you know where that comes from, right?" "Yeah, it comes from my mind." I said, "No." I said, "You know who had the biggest female persona of all time, right? Like you know where that come from, like doing that. Like before the person who did that, it was in vaudeville.
Mm-hmm.
The person who made that a thing." And he was like,
Before vaudeville, Shakespeare, blah 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 blah. Yeah.
"Yeah." And I'm trying to get him to say the name because I'm like, of course he knows this guy. He's done his research. He knows. He was like, "I don't know what you're talking."
We
I said,
Ricky
"Well, look up
Smiley.
Flip." I said, "Look up Flip Wilson Geraldine." I said, "That will explain everything you need to know." And that's crazy to me because guys are out here doing basically the Geraldine and don't know it. You're doing Flip's bit and don't know it. Like, and the bit was so big that it overshadowed Flip. People
Yeah.
would meet Flip and be like, "Do Geraldine," and he'd be like, "But Flip's standing right here." And they'd be
Right.
like, "Yeah, yeah, 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 but do Geraldine." To where
Oh
he had
yeah.
to put his persona to bed and never
Yeah.
do
He
it.
had to kill Geraldine. Yeah.
Yeah, he had
He
to
did.
kill her.
Yeah.
She got too big. That's crazy.
Yeah.
So when people look at Medea or they look at Shanae, and people
Or
tried to say
Ricky
that Martin,
Smiley or
come on, man, they tried to say that the dude came on there and he used to do he did was it the dude came on Def Comedy Jam and he did they say that Martin hit the dude for his bit because he did a bit as a female. He turned into like a little female persona, and they say that's where he got the inspiration for Wanda from. But
no, Wanda was Jamie Foxx.
oh
I
no no
believe
no
the
Shanae
comic. Yeah, the
Shanae.
comic was probably Amazing Grace. I believe was her name.
No, it was the guy. It was the guy. He was at the end of
Yeah.
I went and watched it on Def Jam. He turned
Yeah.
into Sharonda.
Was it
It was a little dude. It was
Shantae,
a
Derek
dude.
Fox?
He pull off his hair and he turn it. He act like he turns into a female persona,
Yeah.
and she was like a hood gangster. Basically, she was everything that Shanae was, but I still kind of feel like Shanae puts me more in the mind of Jordine.
Mm-hmm.
Just me. So it's like, did Martin hit dude for the bit, or did dude hit Flip Wilson for the bit?
I mean, again, men have been dressing up as women to entertain people since the Romans.
Come
So
on.
who knows?
What's your take on it? So what's your take on it?
What's
Men
my
wearing a
take on
dress
it?
in comedy. What's your take on it? Is
If that's
Richard
what you
going in
want
the
to do,
dress?
if that's what you want to do, fine. It's not for me.
So you mean to
It's
tell
like
me?
I've got a very strong jawline. Nobody's gonna be convinced in any way
I'm not gonna play with Richard.
that I'm any kind of woman.
Hey, Richard.
Nobody's gonna be like, nah, I want the bitch with a dimple in her chin. Like, nobody.
I'm not Richard, man. Come on, can you be serious?
No, I'm being absolutely serious. Like, is yeah, it's not for me.
So you saying there's no amount of money, Hollywood, come call.
I'm not saying there's no amount of money. I'm
Oh,
just
okay,
saying who
okay.
wants to pay me an astronomical amount of money to be an ugly ass bitch. I'm not, again. I'm not saying no money. It's not for me. I'm not saying I wouldn't do it. I'm saying I'm not running towards it. I'm not saying,
Okay.
ooh, please me. Yeah, let me put a wig on.
Yeah, because hey, that casting couch bit is hilarious to me that you do. That listen, man, that bit is so. You was like, listen now, in perpetuity, right? Hey, when you say in
Look,
perpetuity, right? Like,
everybody's got their price. I just have better negotiating skills than other people. I look.
hey, it's
It,
just when you do the joke. When you do the joke, I asked you that because I know that joke, and it's so funny to me because when you be like, oh, in perpetuity, right now, because I no misunderstandings now. I
right. I
want,
need,
I
royalties
need all
back.
my
We need to
credit.
discuss royalties, back ends. We
Hey,
need to discuss all of that. We need to discuss taxes. Because I know $10 million ain't $10 million. If you talking $10 million, I ain't gonna see but about six of it.
boy, the government is taking folk. Yes, sir. They getting down on you. Okay. All right. Piece of advice, man, you give a young comic starting out. Like your best piece of advice for a young comic.
Get over yourself.
Get over yourself. And what do you mean by that? Talk to me.
Get over yourself. By that I mean that you're not too good to do X. You're not too good to do Y. You are not as prolific and poignant as you think you are. Figure out how to be more. There's always room for improvement. Like, no,
Always.
just because you made a bunch of people laugh at a bar in the middle of nowhere on a Tuesday night does not mean that you're ready for the big time.
Come on.
Practice, practice, practice. You are never too big for open mics. You're never too good for open mics.
Okay. 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 With that being said, man, I ain't gonna keep you here all day, man. Tell them where they can find you. Tell them when your next show is, man. Tell them what all you got going on, because you always got something going on, man. Man,
Okay.
thank you for coming on, man. Thank you so much. That's all I can
Yeah,
say,
no
man. Thank you
problem.
for coming and sharing the bomb story. I never would have thought you bombed in the casino at a Mike Tyson fight. That was crazy. But that's a
I,
spot to bomb.
I, I was about to say, no, situationally, I call it a bomb just because people were not paying attention and just didn't give a shit. But like, I couldn't compete with that.
No, 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 no.
But let's
That's
see.
like a force bomb. That's a setup to be bomb.
Right.
That's like to me. I don't know. I'm gonna have to have you back on later, man, so you can give me a good bomb. Like I wanted a story where you was like, "This is some bug." You know what I'm saying?
Nah, that's never gonna be me, man. I always tend to be I try to be kind of level headed with that kind of stuff because you never know who's watching.
Well, nothing. Well,
You
I
never,
don't
you
want to
never know.
say
You never
nothing
know.
affects you, but I've seen nothing affects you, man. You're so just like, eh. Yeah.
I keep it all inside. It's the old, what's the old joke from Blazing Saddles? It's like, you see this hand? And he's like, yeah, steady as a rock. He's like, yeah, but I shoot with this one. So, you know what I mean? I may go and rage in the car or,
Oh,
something like
okay.
that. But I just, because I understand that especially as a man, you don't get to throw temper tantrums. Men who
You
throw
do
temper
not.
tantrums get thrown in jail.
Facts. Or shot.
So,
Or shot.
if it gets me to that boiling point, understand that it's bad. Not to mention, people, when they see me get to that point, people know because I'm so even tempered, they immediately kind of jump in. And it's just like, yo, I'm usually real even keeled. Let me have this. Let me run. And people are like, no, 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 no. Because people, again, know that I will go clean the fuck off if I get to that point. If I get to that point, it's a wrap.
Hey, and I can tell that about you, bro. I listen. I know this sounds crazy, but I was saying that I forgot who it was. It might have been Nick. I was saying, if Richard snaps, he's going to snap.
Yeah,
That he's a Memphis nigga too. Oh yeah, nigga, he gonna clear this boy. Listen, they're gonna have to call somebody, man, because Richard he ain't gonna stop. He too
I'm
calm.
not.
I said he's too calm. So if you keep pushing his buttons to make him go all the way that way, he going all the way that way. He going all the way that way. Yeah, yeah,
Absolutely.
yeah, 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 yeah. Okay.
But let's see. I have a show tonight in a little town called Stanton, Tennessee.
Okay, shouts out
I've never
Stanton.
heard of it either. Uh, but in addition to that, you guys can catch me every Friday on the website Bossip. It's like gossip, but with a G. And I'm one of the co-hosts for a little show called The Black Watch. We talk
Okay.
about all kinds of TV shows and movies that predominantly feature black actors and actresses. I believe this week's episode we are talking about I Love Boosters, I believe, is what we're talking about this
Oh,
week.
the new movie that just the Kiki Palmer joint that just popped.
Yes, sir.
The Kiki Palmer. I've been trying to go see that too, man.
It's
You already
good.
seen it?
I have. It's good.
Pretty good. Pretty good.
It's
Okay.
good. Have
Okay.
you
I
seen?
gotta go check it. I'm gonna have
Have
to
you?
check out you too. Send me the website, man. Where you
Sure.
guys at? I want to come check it out, man.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah. Is it an open discussion or you guys are just discussing it?
It's just a discussion. Like, you can comment on it, but no, we pre-tape everything and then they put it out. It's not live.
Okay. Okay. That's dope. That's dope. Anything else, man? With anything else? You recording anything? Anything else in town?
No, not really.
Because
Just
I know you'll
that.
pop up on Comedy Central on me, man. You'll pop up some
You
places.
say that, but I ain't been on Comedy Central. Let me see. I haven't aired on Comedy Central since 2019.
As a person who's never been on Comedy Central, I'm
Heard.
waiting for you. You know, is hey when you and my partner Willie do that. Willie was on Bounce TV. He'd be like, "Man, that's so old." I'll be like, as somebody who doesn't have one of those credits under my belt.
Well, that's the nature of the business. Nobody's asking you what you're doing. People are always asking you, what are you doing next?
Correct. Correct. And that's what Willie said too. Willie was like, you sit up and hinge on that. He was like, once you do it, that's like behind you.
It's done.
He,
Yeah,
he was like, if you do a dry bar, that's behind you. You know what I'm saying? You can't dwell on something you've done. He was like, you do it and you let it go. So you agree with that?
absolutely.
You do it and it's behind you.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's a
Okay.
thing.
Man, listen, I
It's
learned
it's
so
a
much from comics on her, man.
yeah, it's a thing I did. That's great. It's the thing I did. Yeah, you did the thing. What's next?
All right. Hey, with that being said, man, that's been our episode today, man. I want to thank my special guest, Richard Douglas Jones. Listen, man, if you have not seen this man live, please take your time. I say this at the end of every show, man. The arts are under attack, man. We need you, yes, you, looking at this right now with the big nose, to go and support live entertainment. Don't just go to Kevin Hart. Don't just go to Mike Epps. These guys are big names and they couldn't get there without you guys going to see smaller shows. So I encourage everyone to go, not now, but right now, and find an open mic in your city. Find a comedy showcase or just live entertainment, period, from someone who is not a big name and support live entertainment. Live entertainment has taken a tremendous hit on the smaller scale after COVID, and we need you guys to get back out the house. Stop door dashing that food and go to something and sit down and eat and watch somebody tell jokes, have a good time, get out your house. With that being said, man, I've been your host of So I Bomb. We'll be back tomorrow, 12 o'clock noon, with a new comic, a new bomb story. This has been So I Bombed. I'm your host, D So Funny. Special guest, Richard Douglas Jones. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. I'm gone.